Hello, everyone. This is Scott, the laseoulguy, and today I would like to talk to you about my experiences as an Uber driver. Over the course of 5 months, I've had 476 riders and approaching 500, which is really amazing. And I've had mostly positive experiences. I've had interesting conversations and heard some great stories from my riders, met a lot of friendly people. I've only had one rude rider in those 476 trips. So I'm really, really thankful for that. However, I'd like to talk to you as a writer and tell you 6 or 7 things that I think you should be aware of to make your experience better as well as mine. Now, the first thing I would like to mention is I think writers shouldn't eat or drink in the driver's car. Now, I'm not that picky about drinks. Sometimes, you have a soda or whatever, you might have some coffee in your hand and, you just went to Starbucks. So I get it. I totally understand that. But I did have one experience where 2 teenage girls, they're 19 or 18, they're a senior in high school, and they were talking to each other and, laughing and having a great time. But I noticed they spilled some coffee on my seats, And yeah, things happen. I totally understand, but they didn't even tell me. I didn't find out until I got home that night. So it's just really annoying when you get home and you see some stains on your seats. So if you can, please don't drink anything in the car. But even more so, do not eat in my car, because one time a man was eating a chocolate cookie and I didn't even know it. And the next rider opened the door and he saw this brown thing on the seat and he thought it was something else. Use your imagination. And he just and I looked and I realized it was a piece of a chocolate cookie. And what made it worse was the Uber GPS made me late for that particular rider by 5 minutes. So I was already late 5 minutes, and then that happened on top of that. So it just made that ride a little bit awkward at the beginning. Thankfully, it turned out okay, and he was friendly, and I apologized. But please, please do not eat in the driver's car. It creates a big mess. Chances are the driver might not see it if you get it on the seat until later, and then it just could cause a big mess for the driver and the future riders. So please don't do that. Number 2, don't leave your dirty tissues on the floor or on the side of the seat. That's happened twice. It hasn't happened very often, but it has happened a couple times. And I just don't understand that. If you blow your nose or whatever, or you use your tissues, I don't want to be picking that up. Just put it in your pocket. Don't treat my car like a trash can, Just throw your stuff away. Take it with you, Having said that, not only do you take your dirty tissues with you, but please take your phone with you. So number 3 is don't leave your phone in my car. Now, this has happened to me twice. Now, the first time, luckily, I saw that the phone was left in my car. So I kept it in my glove compartment. I contacted Uber. I think the rider contacted me too. I was able to go to her home. I dropped off her phone, and she even gave me a $20 tip because she was so thankful. So that was great. Unfortunately, a man left his phone in my car. I didn't realize it. And there was another rider that I suspect took his phone, but obviously I didn't have the proof. But when I did a list of all my riders and figured out what time I dropped the rider off that left his phone in my car, as opposed to the rider that I think had taken my car, I couldn't track him down because I didn't have any proof. So to make a long story short, that man never got his phone back. So please, please, please take your phone with you. If you're using your phone, you're playing with it or whatever, don't just leave it on my seat. It's just really dangerous. And there are a couple other times where people, almost left my phone in my car. And I've had to tell people, make sure you take your phone. So yeah, that's a no-brainer, okay? Number 4, When the driver comes to your home or your business or the school or whatever, please be outside when I pick you up. It would just make my life so much easier. Sometimes I go to a neighborhood and I can't find the address on the house, or I can't find the address on the business, and it's just so difficult. So it would make it easier for me if you see my car, you wave to me and then I could easily spot you, right? I mean, there are some neighborhoods where it's a nice neighborhood and the address is clear as day, so that's great. But there are some places where it's almost impossible to find the address, and I'm looking around and it's not safe for me because who knows, there might be a car behind me, and it just makes it very stressful for the driver, and you don't want that, okay? So please do your best to be outside when when the driver comes up to your home or your business, okay? Number 5, if you pin me, right, and you pick a specific place that you pin me at, where I'm supposed to be, don't expect me to find you if you're at a different, if you're in a different area. Maybe you're on another block and you want me to go find you there. Or you're in an apartment complex and you're in a different section where I have to, or you go to another store and I have to find you at another store. Don't make it so hard for the driver. If you pick the specific spot, be there, okay? Now, one time, this happened 3 weeks ago in downtown LA. I went to pick up a rider, and I think I was coming down Figueroa, and it was near Crypto.com Arena. Now, the corner that I was supposed to pick him up at, it had construction. People were working on that corner. It was all fenced off. I couldn't stop there. So I drove up a little bit farther and I parked. And then he's wondering where I'm at. Now, I saw him on the app, but he wasn't at the corner. He was actually 1 block east. And I was at the corner going north. So I'm farther up north now, and he's farther towards the east, so he's really far from my car. Now, all this would have been settled if you at least had been at that corner, and you probably would have seen me, and then you would have went up north to find me. Then he got annoyed with me because it took him a while to find me, and he said that he was pinned on the east side. And now I could see him on the app, but the original pin was at that corner, and I couldn't stop at that corner, as I mentioned, because of the construction. So anyway, long story short, if you pin me, make sure you pin the right area and be there, okay? Number 6, please tip your driver. It doesn't even have to be a lot. Even if it's just $1, it would help. We drive all over the place. We have to pay for gas. I drive 8 hours when I can, and I barely make over $100 sometimes during those 8 hours. So it would be really helpful if you could tip something. It doesn't have to be $3 or $5. I know Uber gives you a choice between 1, 3, 5, or you could pick your own amount. I'm okay with just $1. It's every little bit helps us. Now, I've had all different nationalities, all different all different economic backgrounds. It doesn't matter whether it's race, gender, or how much money they make. Everyone is different, and I've noticed this. I've had wealthy Caucasian men not tip me. I've had teenagers not tip me, but that's understandable because teenagers don't have money, right? And I've had poor people tip me. So it really has no bearing on gender, race, or economic status, right? Just do what you're supposed to do and just give $1 tip if you can. It's just courtesy, all right? We do our best to get you to your destination safely, so please help us out, okay? And finally, as a driver, I really don't like it when someone tells me, go this direction, go that direction. Please don't tell me where to go. I am following the GPS, okay? I am not going any direction to make more money for you. I don't know what this conspiracy theory is sometimes where people wonder, why did you go that direction? And maybe they're thinking I'm going to make extra money if I go a certain way. I am just following the Uber GPS. That's it. And the Uber GPS usually has it right. There's a reason why they pick certain destinations. It's to get you to your destination quicker, okay? So please don't tell me where to go. So that was the only one rude writer that I had. She just kept telling me, go this way, go that way. And then she was upset with her husband. And then she was yelling at her daughter in the back seat. And I had to give her a low rating because she was just rude. But on top of that, she kept telling me where to go. And I didn't appreciate that. So anyway, to recap. Number 1, please don't eat or drink in the Uber driver's car. Number 2, don't leave your dirty tissues on the floor or on the seat or anywhere in the car. Take them with you. Number 3, don't leave your phone in the car. Make sure you take it. You never know. Someone else that's another rider might steal it if the driver didn't notice it was there. Number 4, please be outside when the driver picks you up. It would make your life much easier and would make the driver's life much easier. Number 5, don't pin a driver to a certain area and then you're not there. Make sure you go to that same spot that you pin the driver. Number 6, please tip your driver. And number 7, don't tell the driver where to go and which direction to go. Just be polite, be friendly, and you're going to have a great ride with me. I'm a very easygoing guy. I'm very friendly. So I don't ask for very much. And I think these things are very reasonable. Thank you very much.